Bienvenue, you're here. Come through to the kitchen. Full confession, before we even begin, we made ice cream yesterday evening, and there is a container in the freezer right now that I'm already thinking about for tonight. I'm aware that this is a slightly unusual thing to be thinking about at whatever hour you're listening to this. I cannot apologize for it though. Thursday is the kitchen, and this morning I want to talk about one of the most specific pleasures of a June evening: ice cream. Not in a restaurant, not from a van, though that is its own pleasure entirely, and we will get there, but the particular ritual of ice cream at a home. At the end of a warm day, when the light is still doing something outside and the dinner things have been cleared and someone gets up from the table and says, "Who wants some?" Come in, I'll put the kettle on, which is slightly at odds with the theme, but Thursday mornings begin with tea regardless, and the ice cream will still be there tonight. The Thursday invitation is for the evening, not this morning. Sometime tonight, after dinner, make ice cream the occasion. Not a big occasion, not a production, just treat ice cream like a ritual rather than an afterthought. If you're making the No-Churn we'll talk about today, you'll already have it in the freezer by tonight. If not, the ritual is simpler. Buy a good one, something you actually want rather than whatever's in the freezer already, and serve it in real bowls with real spoons. Sit down with it. Don't eat it standing over the sink. I know that version. It's a different pleasure and we'll acknowledge it. But tonight, make it the thing. Give the evening that particular punctuation. I have to read this to you. I've been waiting for a Thursday in the kitchen to use this passage, and today is the day. It's from The Wind in the Willows, Kenneth Grahame, 1908, and I think it is the best argument ever written for food eaten outside in summer. It works equally well for food eaten in a kitchen in the last of the evening light. It works for ice cream specifically. Trust me. He writes, "The mole was bewitched, entranced, fascinated. By the side of the river he trotted, as one trots, when very small, by the side of a man who holds one spellbound by exciting stories. And when tired at last, he sat on the bank while the river still chattered on to him, a babbling procession of the best stories in the world, sent from the heart of the earth to be told at last to the insatiable sea. Hold on a minute, then," said the rat. He looped the painter through a ring in his landing stage, climbed up into his hole above, and after a short interval reappeared, staggering, under a fat wicker luncheon-basket. The fat wicker luncheon-basket, I love that, staggering under it. There's so much pleasure anticipated in that single image, the weight of it, the good things inside, the summer day around them, the sense that this meal is going to take a long time and nobody minds. That is the spirit of the ice cream evening, the pleasure that is anticipated, arrived at, and not hurried past. Come through, I've put something on warm and unhurried, acoustic and golden, the kind of music that sounds exactly like the last hour of a good June day. Take a few minutes, think about tonight if you'd like to, or write, or simply be here. had exactly the quality of light I was after. Right. Shall we make some ice cream? I grew up in a house where the ice cream van comes down the street at a particular time in the early evening. Not every evening, only when the weather warranted it, which made it an event rather than a routine. You'd hear it from 2 streets away, the particular tinny melody of it coming closer, and there was a specific speed of movement through the house that the ice cream van produced. Not quite running, because we were not running in the house, but something very close to it. I always had the same thing, a soft serve cone with a chocolate flake. Every single time, without deviation, without any interest in alternatives. There's something very childlike about that absolute consistency of preference, knowing with complete certainty what you want and wanting it every time and being right. The flake would go soft in the heat before I'd finish the cone. I'd eat it with one hand shielding it from the sun in a particular way that everyone learns at approximately the same age, and by the time I was halfway through, there would be a small stream of white down my wrist that I would catch with my tongue, and that would taste like summer in a way that I cannot describe except to say exactly that. I don't eat ice cream from vans as often now, but I keep the memory in very good condition. Right, come and stand at the counter with me for a moment, because I want to tell you about No-Churn ice cream. It's one of the things that sounds either too good to be true or like a pale imitation, and I need you to know it's neither of those things. It is genuinely excellent. I've been making it every summer for years, and I'm still slightly delighted by it every time. The principle is simple. Ice cream machines work by churning air into a frozen base as it freezes, which is what makes commercial ice cream smooth and light. No-Churn achieves the same thing by whipping air into the cream before freezing, so the air's already there when it goes into the freezer. The result is creamy, smooth, and genuinely good. Not a compromise. All right, No-Churn vanilla ice cream with strawberry jam swirl. 600 milliliters of heavy cream or double cream, cold. 400 grams of sweetened condensed milk, 1 standard tin. 2 teaspoons of good vanilla extract, maybe homemade. 4 to 5 tablespoons of good strawberry jam, not conserve, jam with seeds, and a pinch of fine salt. In a large cold bowl, whip the cream to stiff peaks. This takes about 3 to 4 minutes with a hand mixer. You want it firm, holding its shape clearly. Don't over whip. In a separate bowl, stir the condensed milk, vanilla, and salt together. Fold the condensed milk mixture into the whipped cream gently and completely. You want everything combined in uniformly pale cream in color. No streaks of condensed milk remaining. Pour about 1/3 of the mixture into a loaf tin or shallow freezer-safe container. Dot with a few teaspoons of jam, swirled roughly with a skewer or the tip of a knife. Add another 1/3 more jam, swirl. Top with the remaining cream mixture and one final swirl of jam on the surface. Cover tightly with a lid or plastic wrap pressed directly to the surface. This prevents ice crystals. Freeze for a minimum of 6 hours, ideally overnight. Now to serve, remove it from the freezer for about 5 minutes before serving. It scoops beautifully. The jam swirl will appear in ribbons through the scoops. Now, for variations, you can replace the jam with 2 tablespoons of good honey and 1/4 teaspoon of flaky sea salt for a toasted honey flavor, which is excellent. Or fold in the zest of 2 lemons and 2 tablespoons of lemon curd for a sharp, fresh lemon version. The base is endlessly patient. It will take almost any flavor and make it cold and lovely. Now, the ritual of ice cream in the evening. This is the part I actually want to talk about. There's a reason ice cream feels different in the evening than it does in an afternoon. In the afternoon, it is a pause, a refreshment, something taken on the go or eaten before the next thing. In the evening, it's a conclusion. The dinner is done, the day has resolved itself one way or another, and now someone gets up and gets the bowls, and the whole table sits with cold cream and the last of the light there is, and for a few minutes, nothing needs to happen next. That is the punctuation I keep coming back to. Ice cream in the evening is the sentence's full stop. Everything before it was the sentence, and this is the moment when you read it back, satisfied that it makes sense. There's also the quality of ice cream is democratic. Whatever happened at dinner, however elaborate or simple, however successfully the souffle rose or didn't, ice cream equalizes. Everyone gets a bowl, everyone's equally happy for approximately the same reason. It's one of the few foods that produces a uniform response regardless of the audience. Flavor matters, and I want to speak briefly in defense of the classics. Vanilla with a good strawberry swirl is not a consolation. It is not what you have when the interesting flavors have run out. Vanilla, well made, the real extract, the cream, the sweetened condensed milk doing its work, is one of the most perfectly calibrated flavors available. The strawberry plays against it with exactly the right amount of sharpness. You don't need salted caramel and toasted brioche crumbs, though those are also very good. I know I'm being slightly firm about this. I have opinions about ice cream, and I stand by them. All right, there was a letter this week from someone who writes, I have a peculiar problem that I suspect is not actually that peculiar. When I eat something I love, a piece of cake, a bowl of ice cream, a very good meal, I can't quite settle into enjoying it. Some part of me is already calculating what it cost me, nutritionally or financially or in time. I'm eating the thing, but I'm also watching myself eat it. How do you just enjoy something? I know that experience exactly. The enjoyment and the commentary running simultaneously, slightly at odds. I think the commentary arises because we've been trained to treat pleasure as something that requires justification, that things are more virtuous if earned, more acceptable if occasional, more defensible if we can explain why they happened. So when pleasure arrives without any particular warrant, a bowl of ice cream on a warm evening, simply because it was warm and you wanted one, the mind goes looking for the justification and can't find it and creates a low-grade unease. The antidote, in my experience, is not to argue with the commentary. You won't convince it. It will simply find a new objection. The antidote is something smaller, to add sensation to the experience, not to think about enjoying it, to actually taste it, to notice the temperature, the way it resists the spoon for a moment, then gives, the specific flavor of vanilla against cold, the way the strawberry is slightly more tart at the edges. If you can keep yourself in the sensory experience of the thing, the commentary loses its foothold. It needs your attention to run. Give your attention to the ice cream instead. The guilt and the enjoyment cannot fully coexist if you're paying close attention to the pleasure. So pay close attention to the pleasure. The ice cream is still in the freezer. I checked. It survived the night very well. I've already decided what we're having tonight, and I find that this small decision has made the whole Thursday feel like it has something to look forward to. I hope your evening has ice cream in it, eaten in the last of the light with people you like. Come back tomorrow. I'll be in the parlor. Until then, take good care of yourself.